statistic, and you mentioning Alabama might throw more today, and I was just sort of pointing that out that they might not have to if the Auburn defense, which has been weak all year, can't contain that running attack.
Well, that's exactly right, Doug. I also saw a statistic where Auburn, I think, has intercepted only one or two passes the entire year. And compared to what Alabama's 18, that is rather low. Of course, like you said, they hadn't been thrown on that much.
Yes, that's correct. They've intercepted 3 passes. That's the fewest in the Southeastern Conference. They've had 70 completed against them. That is the most that any team in the Southeastern Conference. Alabama, in the last 5 years, has an incredible record of the Southeastern Conference. 33 wins and only 1 losses. No team in the history of the Southeastern Conference can come even close. Alabama has won an unprecedented 4 unshared SEC crowns, and against Auburn, they're going after the 5th. And now, for the description of this afternoon's great clash between Alabama and Auburn, my pleasure again to present the voice of the Crimson Tide, John Forney.
Okay, Doug, it's game number 11, Alabama and Auburn, both of them winding up the season. And, of course, the season for the Tigers, 20-point underdogs or so, could be made today. Auburn in the blue will be receiving and defending the goal to our left. Alabama in the white jerseys, they are, in effect, the visiting team this year. Will be kicking from the right with a strong breeze behind them. Bucky Berry, the junior from Montgomery, will kick. The deep men are Rick Neal and Gary Beck for the Auburn Tigers. Captains Lowe and Todd and Leroy Cook lost to Edens. Captain Edens of Auburn. Here is the kick, and it's a beauty. Hits on the back line of the end zone and skitters on away. It'll be a touchback, and Auburn will put the ball in play at their own 20-yard line. Opening moment from Legion Field, Birmingham. A lovely afternoon. Crimson and white balloons went up across the way a little while ago, and now the orange and blue ones go up. Bill Gargis will be at the quarterback post, a junior from Wheaton. Gargis comes out, keeps himself, pitches to McIntyre. McIntyre hit behind the line of scrimmage, loses 1 yard. He's hit by Wayne Rhodes coming up from his left side back position.
Auburn running out of the rear, going to the right side time. The Alabama defense was ready for that one. On the pitch back, coming up fast, Wayne Rhodes from his side back position stopped him for almost a yard loss.
To the left goes Jeff Gilligan, Auburn's 8th receiver, at the 19-yard line. They send a man in motion, tight end Ed Butler in motion. Pizzatola is chasing him. Here's the give inside to Kenny Burke. Burke's over the 20, gets to maybe the 23-yard line. Gang tackling Alabamians pull him down. Greg Montgomery was there, and as the umpire, it was Woodrow Lowe who got the first lick on him. There was a fumble after the ball was dead. Gus White, fine junior from Dothan, playing over the nose. From 2 wide men now, left and right. Gargis long count, spins, rolls to his right. He pitches to Burke. Burke's over the 30, the 35, maybe the 36-yard line. Good run by Kenny Burke. Hit down by Leroy Cook, who came from the offside to make the stop, and Alan Pizzatola. But it is a pickup of 8 yards to the 31-yard line. Auburn registers their first third down conversion and their first down of the afternoon. Vaccarella is a short flanker to the right. Gargis comes out, gives to Cedric McIntyre. McIntyre to the 39-yard line, close to the 40-yard line. I believe I said the 31. The line of scrimmage was the 36. So that's a 4-yard pickup.
Out to the wide man. He's been working it to the short side.
Gilligan split to the left this time on a 2nd and 6 call. Gargis comes out, wants to throw, instead darts inside over tackle, gets to the 42, maybe the 43, before the pursuit catches up with him. Leroy Cook again from the offside coming over, along with Baumhauer, and there underneath everything else was Paul Harris. So we have a third down situation. Gilligan is split to the right this time, 2 setbacks behind Gargis. Wide split in the Auburn line. Here's Gargis pitching to Burke. Burke is hit by Rhodes, and I believe he will be short of the first down yardage at about the 44.5-yard line.
The exact same play, John, but Alabama played it a little better that time. Rhodes came up from his side back position in a hurry, dropped him a yard short of the first down, and it'll bring on a punting situation for the Tigers, and they've got a good one.
11:40 left to go. There is no score. Auburn registered 1 first down. Now they have to punt. Here is a big rush by Alabama, but Baumgartner gets his kick away. Shelby calls for the fair catch. It bounds laterally across the field at about the 22-yard line, and Auburn decides to down the ball at that point. Ben Strickland, the center, doing the honors. So it'll be, let's wait for the referee, Pete Williams, to put it down. It will be at the 23-yard line. That's where the Tide wishbone attack will go to work. Richard Todd, senior quarterback, all SEC, calling. Spins out. Shelby on a sweep. Trying to get outside, can't. He's hit by Fagan. He gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. That is all. Rick Neal came up to make the stop after a good defensive play by Rover linebacker Fagan.
John, one thing is for sure, this Auburn defense is fired up to stop the Alabama attack. That was no wishbone play then. It was a straight pitch back to Willie Shelby on a sweep around the right side. He might have lost a yard.
He did indeed, and it's second down 11. The wide side of the field is to the left. No score, Alabama and Auburn. Second and 11, Alabama from their own 22-yard line. Richard Todd, long count this time. Richard keeping himself, gets it over the 25 to the 26, and he too bobbled the ball. Let's see. The Auburn boys figure they have recovered a fumble, and that's the way the officials see it too. Todd is claiming he was down, and there's a little discussion going on there.
They say that Alabama fumbled. No. Now they're saying Alabama didn't fumble.
Ricky Sanders was the Auburn boy that made the tackle on it. No score, and Auburn's defense fired up and doing a fine job of containing the wishbone. Richard Todd dropping back to throw. Throws incomplete. Throwing behind Jerry Brown at the 35-yard line. Jerry Brown was wide open on that pattern.
He certainly was, John, and I think Alabama is going to have to throw the football, John. Auburn is wrapping the linebacker up on the tight end side. They're bringing him up into the line of scrimmage and making a 6-man line.
Okay, Jerry, we'll be coming back to you. Rod Nelson, with about the 35-yard average, will kick with the line of scrimmage to 25. Big 10-man rush from Auburn. Here's the snap to Nelson. Nelson's kick is a good one, going to Rick Neal at his 32-yard line. He's looking for running room, can't find it. He's hemmed in and thrown into the Alabama bench across the way. Paul Harris made the stop for the Alabama punting unit.
But Auburn that time, John, comes up in pretty good field position. The ball is being placed at the 37-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers there, and they really contained Alabama on their first possession of the ball game.
1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Gargis looks at the 5-man front. The give is to Cedric McIntyre. Hit by Paul Harris right at the line of scrimmage and pulled down. Jerry Duncan, not Jerry, but Conley Duncan was over to help out, but help was not needed. Good open field tackle by Paul Harris. Picks up about a half yard.
Conley Duncan has been having a super year for Alabama, and I noticed a big sign at the south end of the field that says number 57, Conley Duncan for All-American.
The 38-yard line. Auburn split men left and right. Gargis drops back. He wants to throw. Looking, pumping, throwing. Completed at about the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. Alan Pezzatola over, saying that he thought it was caught out of bounds, but the official did not see it that way. Rob Spivey, the tight end, took it in. And it should be good enough for the first down, and it is. The second first down of the day registered by the Tigers. They are Gilligan splits to the left side. Short flacker to the right is Vaccarella. Here is the keep by Gargis. Gargis is horse-collared as he gets to midfield. Hanna and Bob Baumhauer closed in on him to bring him down at the 50-yard line. Call it a 2-yard pickup. 2nd down and 8. Coach Jordan alternating tight ends with the play, and he sends in Rob Spivey from Fort Walton Beach. 2nd down and 8. Ball just inches shy of midfield. Auburn moving from left to right as we watch. Here's Gargis pitching back to McIntyre. McIntyre really clobbered as he gets to midfield. Greg Montgomery came in and put the timber to him, and McIntyre's forward progress carried him about a yard. So it'll be 3rd down and 7. Auburn in Tide territory with 8:12 left to go in the first period. And Cedric McIntyre, senior from Montgomery. Gargis, the junior from Layton. Here is Gargis from a balanced line, looking, spinning, fakes inside, drops back. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Gets away from one tackler, but Bob Baumhauer then closes him out at the 49-yard line. Shooting the gap through there, I think, was Charles Hanna, who's a little shaken up. Leroy Shook was also back there. Hanna got a pretty good lick, and he seems to be hurt his ribs or something, but he's shaking it off. But at any rate, it's a couple of yard loss. Clyde Baumgartner, a very fine punter, will be kicking to a single safety, Willie Shelby. Long count by the Tigers. Good pass from center, big rush from Alabama. kick is going down to Shelby. He waits, takes it at the 14-yard line. He's hit immediately, gets it maybe to the 16, and that is all. He is hit down at the 16-yard line. Kind of a daring play there, Doug.
I was about to comment, John, that Willie Shelby stepped into just a group of blue-shirted Auburn Tigers to take that one, and they wrapped him up immediately. He did manage, however, to get 1 yard on the return. So it'll be first down for Alabama. The ball is placed squarely on the 16-yard line.
Auburn with a 7-man front, facing Richard Todd. Todd looks at it, comes out, gives to Davis. Davis gets about 3 yards to the 19-yard line. Gang tackling Tigers. Bring him down there. The first man to hit him was Liston Eden.
You know, John, watching this Auburn team in action, you've got to sort of agree with Coach Ralph Jordan that they could have won all the ones they've lost except maybe one. They're fine-looking, well-disciplined football team.
Thus far this afternoon, second down 7. Alabama from their own 19-yard line, an 8-man front almost now. Long count. Todd comes out, gives to his fullback, Davis. Davis still on his feet to the 30, the 32-yard line, before he is finally pulled down by Raymond Fagan. So when you got somebody like Johnny Davis that tips the beam at about 230, can move, and you want to get out of trouble, you give it to him a couple of times. I can't think of a more appropriate prescription. Midway between the 31 and the 32-yard line. Wide side of the field to the right. Here's Todd on a quick count, giving to Stock. Stock over left tackle. Hurdles at the 40-yard line, gets up to the 42, maybe the 43-yard line. He was hit in the backfield by Rick Freeman. And from the side back spot, but it's
going to be close to the first down, John. I think he might have gotten. They're going to measure. We'll have to wait and see.
So Alabama will go with Newsom as a tight end and Joe Dale at the wideout. A little bit of a wrinkle itself. Here is Todd getting to Davis. Davis over the 45. Davis rambles to midfield before he is hit down. The tackle was made by Rick Neal.
All of a sudden, Davis and Stock are beginning to bust holes open in the Auburn front defensive wall, and this is something that Jerry Duncan commented on prior to the game, that they must stop that handoff to the fullback.
A little more than 5 minutes remaining in the first period. Alabama operating with the breeze. Todd takes inside, drops back. He wants to throw. He throws. It is incomplete, but interference is called at the 28-yard line. Interference called on safety man Bill Cunningham as the pass is intended for Ozzie Newsom, and he got a pretty good-sized jolt at the 28-yard line. So that will be a 21-yard penalty. No, a 16-yard
16-yard penalty.
Auburn with a 6-man front. The give is to Davis. Davis over left guard, still moving to the 25, to the 23-yard line goes Juggernaut John. Hit down finally by Bill Cunningham, junior safety man from Carbondale, Alabama. That was a 13-yard ramble for Johnny Davis, who averaged 7 yards per carry coming into the contest. Richard Todd with 2 tight ends sends Mike Stock wide, and he takes the place of the flanker wide to the right. So here's Todd dropping back, looking a penalty play. He's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage and pulled down. Way back at the 37 by Jim Pitt. I thought I saw a flag dropped in the secondary, but it must have just fallen out of the official's pocket. A good, terrific defensive play by Jim Pitt, defensive end, who poured through.
Something happened to the Alabama left side offensively that time. Apparently no block. You're right, John. There was a flag on the play. A step-off against Alabama for delay of game, so that loss will be nullified.
Because it was a much bigger loss than that. Richard Todd rides in, gives to Davis. Davis is hit at the 25 and drops. Jim Pitt was there. Pat LaRock was there. Rick Telliard was there. Got a 6-man Auburn front. Comes out, looks, he's keeping himself. 9 pitches to Shelby. Shelby Dawson side of the 25, the 20, the 18, maybe the 17-yard line. Willie Shelby eluding one tackle and doing a good job running behind the blocking of Ray Maxwell. Center Terry Jones, a sophomore from Sandersville, Georgia, holds up his hand, saying, "Form around me," and Alabama will face 3rd and about 4.
This is the second third down situation for Alabama. They did not convert on their first opportunity.
Is at the 22-yard line. Richard Todd dropping back, looks, pump, throws. It is completed for a touchdown to tight end Jerry Brown. So an 18-yard, 17-yard pass play from Richard Todd to tight end Jerry Brown. That is Richard's fourth touchdown pass, I believe. Danny Ridgway will attempt the extra point. Here's the snap. The ball is placed down. The kick is in the air. It is good. And there's time out on the field with the score. Alabama 7, Auburn nothing. At this point, Bucky Berry sets a kick off. Kicks it low. Bounces at the 10. It's scooped up there by Gary Beck. He comes to the 10, to the 15, 20, the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. Members of the specialty unit hit him down at that point. As they umpire, Bucky Berry had a hand on it, so did Conley Duncan. They give him forward progress to the 23-yard line. First and 10 for the Tigers at that point. With 2 minutes, 43 seconds left to go in the first quarter. From the split backfield, the Bears set. Here's Gargis giving to McIntyre. McIntyre over right tackle. Good hold before Woodrow Lowe. Preston and pulls him down with help from Paul Harris and Pizzatola at the 28. A 5-yard pickup.
You know, 3rd down and 4, and he throws a touchdown pass. Straight call.
Slot formation to the right. Gargis giving on the counter play to Kenny Burke. Burke gets to about the 29, and that's all. And Woodrow Lowe really stuck a shoulder to him. Looked like the Woodrow of old before he got that pinched nerve problem. Gilligan and Vaccarella, left and right, wide out for Gargis on the 3rd down call. Very wide split from the Auburn line. Here's a give to McIntyre, and he is absolutely slaughtered by Leroy Cook, who hit him head up at the 30-yard line and just nailed him. All-American Leroy Cook showing the fans why he was so designated. So Auburn will again be forced to kick. Slightly more than a minute to go in the first quarter. Alabama out front, 7-0. Kenny Burke will be the blocker. Baumgartner waits 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He gets his kick away. It's a good one. Shelby waits at the 32, takes it into 32. He's trying to find some friends. He gets over the 35, maybe to the 37-yard line before he is pulled down. Tyrone King was there trying to help block for him. One of the Auburn boys was down to make the tackle. It was Reese McCall. He seems to have injured his hand slightly. So Alabama has 52 seconds left to have the very strong breeze behind them that's coming out of the southeast. Joe Dale Harris, I believe, is in at the split end spot. Duffy Bowles at left halfback, I believe. We'll try to pick him up for you. At the 37-yard line, Alabama in possession. Clyde comes out. He keeps himself over the 40 to the 41-yard line. And the clock moves with 44 seconds left. Yes, that is. That is Calvin Culliver and James Taylor at the right halfback spot. So 2nd down. Here's a quick handoff to Culliver. Culliver bursts over right tackle to the 45, 46-yard line, following the block of Sam Hurst before he is pulled down. Liston Edens made the previous tackle. Rick Freeman came in to make that one. And that may be the last play of the first quarter. 5 seconds showing. Alabama huddles, and as they break, it is going to be the last play of the first quarter. The horn sounds out at Legion Field with the end of the first quarter. The score, Alabama 7, Auburn nothing.
It is 3rd and about 1.
Alabama at the 46-yard line. 3rd down, spinning and giving to Duffy Bowles. Bowles breaks over right tackle into Auburn territory and down at the 45-yard line. Rick Neal pulled him down, and Jerry Duncan, it looked like Duffy Bowles almost broke that one for the distance. Into first down situation at the Tiger 45. Here is Todd spinning, giving to Bowles again. Bowles runs into his own man as he bursts over the 40-yard line and down to about the 36. Cunningham made the stop, but he
almost got another first down, about a 9-yard run by Duffy that time.
Duffy had a 4.2 average per try coming into the contest, and he's 2nd down and less than a yard to go. Todd spinning to Bowles, giving Bowles really doing some super running as he hurdles humanity down to the 30-yard line. Again, it was Cunningham, the safety man, who came up to make the stop. Looks like about a 7-man line. On the first down call, Todd comes out, gives to Culliver. Culliver gets the couple to about the 28-yard line. He was hit by John Smith, who's in there at defensive tackle. Came in to make the hit with help from Pitt. They split Jodale Harris wide to the left. Coming out now is Culliver. Culliver breaks over left tackle. Turns the corner at the 20. He's to the 15. Bounced out of bounds at the 11-yard line. However, a flag on the play at the 22-yard line. Duffy Bowles looks angry about it, so it must be against the Crimson Tide.
It's got to be, John. Alabama's moving back upfield, and the preliminary call was a clip, wasn't it, against Alabama?
Turned on his feet and just simply outran an Auburn side back. Now they send James Taylor in motion, and he goes and takes his place as a wide flanker to the right. And here is the give inside to Duffy Bowles. Bowles is hit by Talyard. At the 35, he falls forward to the 34-yard line. There to finish it up was Steve Stanoland. Richard Scott was a long time calling the signals, and personally that means a pass play. We'll see what happens. Jumping up, throwing, and almost intercepted by Rick Sanders at the 28-yard line. The pass was intended for the tight end. Todd was trying to throw it low and threw it almost too low, and it skidded off the fingertips of Ricky Sanders. And let's see, he kicks it very, very high, and the wind just hangs it up there. It bounces at the 20. It takes an Alabama bounce. It's picked up by Auburn at the 10-yard line by Neal. He fights his way back to the 19-yard line.
A gutty play by the youngster from Birmingham.
I beg your pardon, that was not Neal, it was Glenn Ward, but it was a gutty play indeed.
Right.
And he did save Auburn. Alabama was ready to down the ball, so it was a good play by Ward, and he put Auburn in better field position at their 19-yard line. 12:20 left. And timeout has been called on the field with the score, Alabama 7, Auburn nothing. Gilligan wide to the right. 1st and 10 for the Bill Gargis-led Auburn team. Here's the give to McIntyre. McIntyre fumbles the football as the dive for it is about the 24-yard line. The officials know who's got it,
and they're very calm about it. They say it's Auburn's ball. Number 64 comes up with it for Auburn, Dave Ostrowski.
So it's a pickup for Auburn to the 23-yard line, 2nd down and 6. 5-man Alabama front. Gargis spins, gives to McIntyre. McIntyre over right tackle, gets it out, makes his first down at the 30-yard line, maybe the 31. Mark Prudhomme and Greg Montgomery come in to hit him down at the 30.
Looked like Jerry Duncan of the Auburn offense that time with a counter, started Alabama's defense in one direction and came back the other way with it.
So Auburn has, Alabama's punt was picked up at the 10, run back 9 yards. Now they've picked up 11. They have a first down at the 30. With Alabama leading 7-0, 11:15 left to go in the half. Auburn has a little maneuvering room now, and the give is to Kenny Burks. Burks is hit, and he does a good job of second effort to battle his way up to about the 35-yard line. As they unpile, it was Paul Harris who had a hand on him, along with Bob Baumhauer. Reese from the Deer split backfield. Gargis spins, gives to Cedric McIntyre. McIntyre trying to get away, runs backward. He's going to be hit for a big loss back about the 26-yard line. Charlie Hanna was tracking him. Woodrow Lowe got back there also. And Paul Harris doing a good job at the other end spot today.
That's right. McIntyre saw the hole was closed up on the left side of the offensive line and reversed field, ran back the other way, but Alabama was ready for him and just circled him and circled the wagons and scalped him on the 26-yard line for quite a loss that time of about, 11 yards.
3rd and 14 to go at the 26-yard line. That's Mike Henley. So it's a big 3rd down, possession down for the Tigers, and I believe they've taken too much time.
Here's a score of some interest in the Alabama area in the NCAA smaller college playoff.
So 3rd down and 19. Auburn from their own 21-yard line. They go into a swap formation on the left. Gargis dropping back. He's got a little time. Throws the screen that's batted away by Paul Harris. Fine defensive play again by Paul Harris, who's having quite an afternoon. Ball is from Mobile, a junior, 6'3" and 210. Came up with a big one. The incomplete pass stops the clock with 9:38 left in the first half.
He's going to try a screen to Burks, but King played Burks. He couldn't throw it to him.
Alabama will put a big rush this time on Baumgartner. He gets his kick away, and it's a beauty. Shelby waits at his own 35, fumbles the football, diving for it back at the 22 or 23-yard line. I think Shelby recovered his own fumble.
He did.
But, oh, brother, I think the wind played some tricks with Willie on that. He's disappointed with himself. The ball was knocked all the way back. Let's see where the officials put it down. They put it at the 24-yard line. Jerry Brown's 17-yard area. Let's see what happens now as Richard Todd from his 24-yard line comes out, splits Newsom to the right. Full house backfield behind him. Long count. Here's the spinner play, busted play. And Richard Todd has to eat it himself, does a good job, takes it up for about 5 yards to the 29-yard line. But I think maybe Richard must have been audibling. He was hit by Raymond Fagan. Ozzie Newsom wide to the left this time. Your set backfield are Bowles, Culliver, and the give is to Culliver. Culliver over left tackle gets it to the 32 before being pulled down by linebacker Ricky Sanders. Alabama will have a third down situation facing it, third and about 3. They lead by 7, but the offense has not been able to get on track since. Third down. Todd, keeping, spinning, driving, does not get it. He's hit down on good defensive play at about the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. And that was Raymond Fagan who came up from a linebacking spot and made the stop. So Alabama will have to kick against the stiff breeze. So the Auburn fans cheering for their defensive unit, and certainly they should. At the 32.5-yard line, Rod Nelson will punt. Auburn will put a 10-man rush on him. Rick Neal waits. He'll kick against the wind. Here's the snap. Nelson gets the kick away, and it is a beauty. Sending Neal way back. He takes it, he bobbles it momentarily, and he's hit down at the 22-yard line. So Rod Nelson came up with one of the gem plays of the day for the Crimson Tide as he got that left foot into one and scored it downfield to the 22. So that's was a very, very well executed punt, probably Rod's best of the year. Very wide split in the Auburn line. Here's the spinning and keeping, now pitching back to Burks. Burks breaks the tackle at the 22-yard line and is dehorned at about the 27. Woodrow Lowe belted him out. Greg Montgomery and Ray Bolden were over there to help. But good running by Kenny Burks. Picks up 5 for the Tigers, and it'll be second down and 5 at that point. The out-of-bounds play stopping the clock with 7:34 left to go in the first half. And Rob Spivey, the tight end, comes in replacing Ed Butler to bring the play in. And they go into a slot formation with Gilligan very wide to the right, Vaccarella in the slot nearby. Gargis spins, gives to Henley, and Henley is jolted right at the line of scrimmage, hit down by Gus White. And wow, what a fine tackle by the oversized fire-plugged middle guard from Dothan. Of course, being relayed from the press box score up here from the Auburn assistant. Third down, man in motion left is Henley. Slot formation to the right. Gargis trying to break things up, gives to Burks. Burks over the 30. Burks hit by Tyrone King at the 35. Still battling his way up to about the 37-yard line. Very fine running, and it took Gus White coming out from middle guard to hit him down. Well, Jerry, they had a slot formation very wide to the right. They sent a man in motion to the left. That kind of spreads your defense out, doesn't it?
Well, that's exactly what happened. What Auburn is doing, they're putting a man in motion, just like you said, John, out of the slot formation, and they're running the ball up the middle, and it's spreading Alabama out.
From their own 22-yard line, they have it first and 10 at the 37-yard line. Alabama shifts its defense around a little bit. Here's Gargis keeping, now pitching, and who is trailing back is really knocked down by Tyrone King for a yard loss. That was Gary Beck, and Tyrone King spotted the play, did a beautiful job, came up and really axed it for about a yard loss. Second down, a little bit less than 11 yards to go.
Beck didn't even see him coming up on him, and he really jolted him.
Vaccarella wide to the right, Gilligan left, second down call, possible passing situation. Gargis is going to pass, dropping back, looking, throwing, overthrows everybody. His intended receiver was Gilligan, but the pass just soared and went well over the heads of everybody. A third down situation, and Powell and Gilligan are wide to the right in the slot. Otherwise, they're set. They send Henley in motion to the left now. Long count. Gargis this time dropping back, looking, being rushed. He throws. It is incomplete. Overthrown at the 38-yard line. Tyrone King and Mike Henley were down in the vicinity, but the ball was very much overthrown.
King was in excellent position that time to defend the play had it been thrown properly, but Gargis way overthrew his receiver. In the passing department, Gargis is 1 out of 4.
Accounts for Alabama's 7-0 lead. Baumgartner will punt. Alabama will put a 10-man rush. The kick is gotten away, and Shelby Waite takes it at the 15-yard line, breaks a couple of tackles, still trying to get away, comes up to the 25, the 30, the 30-yard line and down. Waste McCall pulled him down. One of the Alabama boys brushed Clyde Baumgartner, and Baumgartner very logically dropped to the turf. And
it was a great act, I thought. He got no flag, but he did get a dozen roses.
His histrionics produced booing from the Auburn student body, which the play occurred right in front of him. Here is the give to Bama's fullback, who spins forward to the 34-yard line, Johnny Davis. A pickup of about 4. Telyard and Edens combined to make the stop. Forward wall. Second down and 6. Here on the power sweep to Willie Shelby. Shelby grabbed by Edens as he crosses the 35, gets to the 36. He was following Jerry Brown's block. Listen, Edens did a good job of sifting through the blocking because that was just a power sweep and came in to hit Shelby down. So we have 4:44 left to go. Now, Auburn's defense has contained them very well. Third down coming. The give is to Davis. Davis does not make it. He is hit down shy of the 39-yard line. Fagan was there. Carlos Hart was there. And again, the Auburn defense has turned the tide. Big cheer, justifiably, from the Auburn fans on that. So here is Rod Nelson, who got a beautiful kickoff against the wind a little while ago. Kicking from his own 38. Rick Neal will wait. Here's the snap. Good pass from center. Big rush for Auburn. Good kick by Nelson. As Neal hurries over, takes it to the 29-yard line, he's hit immediately and rolled out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line. Sid Smith was one of them down there. Kevin was one to knock him down at the 30-yard line. First and 10 for the Tigers at their own 30. So except for that one Alabama drive, Jerry Duncan, it's been pretty much defensive all the way. Puts Vaccarella in the slot to the right on the first down call by Phil Gargis. Alabama shifts its defense around. Gargis is dropping back. Conley Duncan is tracking him. Conley Duncan pulls him down. Back at about the 22 or 23-yard line.
John Forney, it's amazing. Alabama on a first down and from the 30 read it perfectly and blitzed Duncan, and Duncan was into the Auburn backfield practically before Gargis was and dropped him that time for a 7-yard loss, bringing up second and 17.
3:20 left to go in the first half. Auburn with the benefit of the breeze behind it. Here's Gargis taking inside. Throws on a quick screen to the outside to Gilligan. Gilligan to 25. He's hit down as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage at the 30-yard line, and a flag is thrown into that. They're going to think Alabama's call for spearing.
Yep, they're going to call Alabama for spearing on that. That'll give Auburn a first down. It'll be a 15-yard step-off from around the 30, and that should put the ball about the 45-yard line.
And did a super job of busting it up. At the 46, first and 10. Auburn at their own 46. Gargis comes out. He keeps. Starts inside over the 50. He's hit at the 45. Good second effort by Gargis as he takes it down to the 43-yard line. And I believe he's picked up a first down out of that. Baumhauer finally pulled him down. He has picked up the first down. So Auburn with 2:46 left to go. So Gilligan splits to the left. Gargis dropping back, wants to throw. Look, pump. He's hit, thrown behind the line of scrimmage at the 49-yard line. The author of that was Bob Baumhauer. Great junior defensive tackle. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Alabama Football Network.
You're in tune to 1350 WGAD in Gadsden. It's 4 o'clock.
the 48 in Tide territory. Auburn in possession. Draw play. The McIntyre goes no place. If anything, he lost a half yard or so. Gus White read it, and Charles Hanna came up to help close it out. At the Tide 48-yard line. The big down here for both squads as Gargis reads the four-man Alabama front, long count. He gives to McIntyre. McIntyre trying to break it, can't do it. Conley Duncan wraps him up after he picks up 1 yard. He moves it to the 47, and that is the end of the road for Cedric McIntyre, trying to counter and dart to the outside. Could not do it. Conley Duncan's alert play stopped it. Here is Baumgartner, who is the kicker, but he can also pass. Here's a snap back to Baumgartner. He's kicking. The kick is high. Shelby waits for it. It bounces at the 5-yard line and will be downed at the 9-yard line. On the punting play, Kenny Burke made a fine block on Wayne Rhodes, flipped him into the air, and he flipped down on Clyde Baumgartner. And the official standing right there just simply admired the play. So 41 seconds remain. Alabama has it at their own 9-yard line. And I think Alabama will go with a 2 tight end offense as Billy Henderson, Jerry Brown, I beg your pardon, Jerry Brown has come in. And Joe Dale Harris is in, but they do just like a tight end. Here is Willie Shelby, gets 5, maybe 6 yards out to the 15-yard line before he is brought down. That was Jim Pitts who came over to hit him down. Alabama, I don't think, planning anything fancy. Does throw the flag with 3 seconds left. And they'll walk it 5 yards backward. Richard Todd just dropped on it, and that will wind things down to 0-0. And I'd say it is a moral victory for the Auburn defense, containing the Tide among the nation's leaders in scoring, and it's 7-0 here at the half. That is the end of the first half of play with the score Alabama 7, Auburn nothing. We'll have halftime comments in just a moment.
Auburn will be kicking off with the breeze, so Alabama will get it in the fourth quarter. And it's still a pretty hefty breeze coming out of the southeast. Once again, John Forney.
Here's Neil O'Donohue kicking off for the Tigers. It goes to Willie Shelby. 3 yards deep. He's going to run it out. He comes up to the 15, trying to break a tackle. Gets outside, cuts back at the 20, the 22, and heavy traffic. He's pulled down at the 23-yard line.
You know, John, looks like if it cut to his right, he might have gone.
So Alabama operating against the breeze here in the third stanza. Richard Todd keeping himself, drives through to the 30, the 32, maybe the 33-yard line. The ball is bobbled. Well, let's see. The officials haven't given us a signal yet.
Yeah, the Auburn players have gone crazy. They said they, not crazy, but they think they've gotten possession of a fumble. And the referees aren't showing anything. Alabama's ball.
After all of that, at the 32 is what the situation is. Here is Shelby ramming his way over the 33, I believe, right at first down yardage. Let's see. Johnny Davis was leading the way for him. He was hit down by 10 yards.
They're going to have to...
Maybe our first measurement of the day. I don't think we've measured this afternoon.
We haven't, John. I think they may bring it in, and here they come.
Early in the third quarter. Here's Todd spinning out. Gives to Davis. Davis over the 35 to the 36-yard line. That's all. He was hit by Sanaland. Fagan closed it out. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID along the Alabama Football Network. Started to say that Auburn was 10th in the Southeastern Conference, last in rushing defense. They've done a good job this afternoon. Wait a minute. Johnny Davis just bursts over to the 40, the 45, the 49-yard line. And Glenn Ward finally pulled him down. Johnny Davis had 44 yards in the first half, got a big chunk then. So, big ramble there for Johnny Davis. And here's Davis again rambling, breaks the tackle to the 45 to the 43-yard line, and finally down. Pulling him down then after a fine run was John Smith, with help from Pat LaRock. So that was an 8-yard ramble for Johnny Davis, and Alabama has it at the 43-yard line. Second down and a short 2 to go. They're in Tiger territory. They lead 7-0. They've driven from their own 23 to the Auburn 43. From the full house wishbone, here is Willie Shelby finding nothing but trouble as he hits in at right guard, picks up about 1, that's all. Liston Edden, Pitt, and Sanaland combining to make the hit. Johnny Davis has 68 yards on 10 carries. That puts him very close to the 800-yard mark. for the year. Right now, it's third down on a foot for Alabama. They bunch up. Here's Shelby diving, making it, I believe, to the 41-yard line. He is thrown back by the blue shirt, but as the umpire, it was Stanoland that made the hit, which along with 10 yards.
And I believe, nope, first down, number 10 for Alabama, John.
Referee Pete Williams signals first down number 10. This is the Alabama having moved from their own 23. They're just shy of the Auburn 40. Coming out and giving to Davis. Davis carries 2 or 3 blue shirts along with him to the 37-yard line before he's pulled down by Jim Pitt. He was following the block of Larry Ruffin. Auburn sends in Jeff McCollum at defensive end, replacing Lifton Edmonds. The third quarter, Alabama out front by 7. They have it second down, giving to Davis. Davis running low along the ground, close to the 32-yard line. About a 5-yard pickup for Johnny Davis behind the blocking of Terry Jones. Third and a long 2 to go from the 33-yard line. Richard Todd rides up, keeps, drives himself to the 30, gets a good block, hurdles at the 20. He's going to go to the 10, cutting to the outside the 5, the 4, the 3. Touchdown for Richard Todd as a 33-yard scamper. The All-SEC quarterback, Richard Todd, he's got a great block from Jerry Brown. Down in the secondary to screen him off. Further down, he had some help from Ozzie Newsom. He cut back to the left. Richard Todd, who is a skillful and capable runner, threw for a touchdown pass earlier. Now he runs. Johnny Davis kind of slow getting up, but he is now joining his happy teammates who have jumped out to a 13-0 lead and have driven 77 yards. Richard Todd. Beautiful run by Richard, and Danny Ridgway will attempt to add the extra point. Here's the snap. The ball is placed down. The kick is in the air. It is good. Timeout on the field with the score, Alabama 14, Auburn nothing. Alan Pizzatola will guard the football. Bucky Berry will kick off. He'll be kicking against the stiff wind coming out of the southeast. No longer call it a breeze, it's a wind. And Bucky advances. He kicks a good kick going toward Gary Beck. 3 yards deep in the end zone. Beck's going to run it out. 5. 10, 15, 20, coming straight up the middle. He's hit at the 30, still on his feet at the 40, 250 cutting back. He's being chased from behind, and Bucky Berry finally pulls him down at the 28-yard line. But wait a minute, hold the phone. They're saying, I believe, he stepped out of bounds back in Auburn territory at about the 42 or 3, at the 37-yard line.
He stepped out on the 30, midway between the 36 and the 37. He was scooting down the left sideline right in front of the Auburn bench. And I guess he did step out because there's no emotion from the Auburn side of the field.
But it was a whale of a return, whether he stepped out or not.
Right.
We thought it was a great kick by Berry. All of a sudden, Beck just came soaring out, found a hole in the Alabama defense. At the 37, Gargis, 1st and 10. Alabama shifts its defense. Here's Gargis keeping, diving in himself. He's hit at the 42-yard line and down. He might have rolled forward to the 43. Alan Pizzatola was there. A pickup of about 6 yards. Good keeper run by Phil Gargis. Behind the Tide with 9:50 left in the third quarter. Split man, left and right. Gargis stopping back, run pass option. He's going to run it to the 45. He's hit by Greg Montgomery and pulled down right at the 48-yard line. Should be enough for the first down. More than enough, indicates referee Pete Williams. 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Bill Geigers is an exceptional quarterback when he comes time to scramble with the football and on the option keep. He does them both extremely well. He picks up on that run Auburn's 7th first down of the ball game.
Ben Strickland out and over the ball from the split backfield. Gargis calls, stands, keeps himself. He pitches back to Burke. Burke football with the 50. Still moving to the Alabama 46-yard line. Fine running by Kenny Burke. Finally pulled down by Paul Harris, Tyrone King, and the last man up, Bob Baumhauer. Good option executed by Phil Gargis as he kind of just palmed the ball back, and Burke did some fine individual running. If Alabama came out fired up, so did Auburn. Gilligan wide to the right. And the 2nd down 3 call. Alabama shifts its defense a little bit. Here's Gargis coming out, giving to Cedric McIntyre. McIntyre over the 45 to the 43, and bingo, he is hit. Woodrow Lowe drills in. Tyrone King comes in to wind it up. McIntyre getting up slowly, and Mike Henley comes in to replace Cedric McIntyre. Auburn, of course, has had real tough injury luck this year. A lot of boys on crutches along the sideline. Auburn is intact, and Alabama expects them to simply go for it. And they do with Phil Gargis, who gets it flush as he rolls over the 40 to the 39-yard line before Montgomery finally pulls him down. So first down and then some for the Auburn Tigers at the tied 39-yard line. Quite a poignant moment for Coach Jordan when he came out realizing this is the last half he'll have as an active coach for the Auburn Tigers. Here's Gargis on first down, dropping back to throw. Look, being chased, he gets away from a tackler. He's going to run it. He's still moving at the 38-yard line. White jerseys gang tackling Alabamians, pull him down at that point. Led by Leroy Cook. And I think Gus White is underneath everything, and Gus might be shaken up.
He's getting up awfully slowly, John, but he is getting up, and the officials are calling timeout on themselves to make sure Gus is all right. He's getting up, limping a little bit on that right ankle. And now he's leaving the ball game. Gargis, that time, credit must be given to the Alabama secondary. He could find nobody open.
Nobody came in. So second down, a little better than 9 yards to go. At the 38.5-yard line. Gargis rolling left. Look, throws. It is tipped. Intercepted by Tyrone King. King is at the 40, the 44-yard line. Tyrone King makes Alabama's 19th interception of the season. And the tip drill paid rich dividends as Tyrone King from Docena, Alabama, comes up and claims it. And Leroy Cook then comes up and claims Tyrone. He almost carried him off the field by himself. Big interception as Auburn was moving the ball and moving it well. Alabama has it at their own 44-yard line, first and 10. 7:26 left to go in the third quarter. Richard Todd gives it to Johnny Davis. Davis barrels his way through over the 50 into Auburn territory at about the 45-yard line before he is finally pulled down. That's a 10-yard ramble for Johnny Davis, and I believe that gives him exactly 800 yards for the season. And bless his heart, he's just a sophomore.
And his legs, too.
Bless those turning pistols. At the 45-yard line from the full house backfield, Richard Todd giving to Davis. Davis rams his way to about the 42-yard line, that's all. He's pulled down. Listen Edmonds did a good job of grabbing on and hanging on, and underneath everything is the senior from Mobile, Rick Telliard.
Since the second half, John, Alabama has been pounding and pounding with Johnny Davis into the middle of that Auburn defense. Only 3 times has he gone outside in the second half. As has Gargis for Auburn.
Joe Dale Harris puts wide to the right on the 2nd and 7 call from Richard Todd. Todd rolls out, look, takes himself, now keeps himself to the 40, 35, 30, bounced out of bounds across the way at the 27-yard line. And the Auburn boy that bounced him out of bounds a little slow getting up. I think it was Cunningham. But Richard Todd more than makes the first down at the 27-yard line. Ricky Sanders has gone back in with Alabama having it first and 10 at the Auburn 27-yard line. Here's the give to Davis. Davis to the 25, maybe inside to the 24. And John Smith, let's politely say, tried to take his shoe off after he had wrestled him to the ground. Duffy Bowles a little shaken up on that. Willie Shelby comes in. Duffy did a good job blocking on the corner. 6:02 left to go in the third quarter. Alabama 14, Auburn nothing. Here is the give to Johnny Davis. Through heavy traffic, battles his way to about the 21-yard line, and that's all. Telliard made the initial hit on him, and Telliard's getting up a little bit slowly. Telliard's had a pretty good workout this afternoon. The ball just shy of the 20-yard line.
In the third down department, Alabama is 4 out of 8 in the game thus far. This is their 9th opportunity with a 3rd and 3 situation.
Yeah, the challenge works out with 3rd and 3 as Alabama comes out, and they look at an Auburn 7-man front, and jumping, Telliard jumped off. I don't know whether he was drawn off or not. We'll see.
No, he jumped on his own because he put his head down and walked away. He knew he'd moved, and that'll give Alabama a first down. 5-yard step off against Auburn.
After Tyrone King's interception. Here's Johnny Davis really being smothered under by blue jerseys at the 14. I think Auburn accepted the challenge that time, Jerry, and got pretty fired up in the middle. Closed it off nicely. John Smith and Liston Edmonds coming through and stopping Big John after a 1-yard pickup. Now, unofficially, we have Johnny Davis with 95 yards. For the afternoon, that gives them well over 800 yards for the year. 2nd down and 9. Wide side of the field is to the right. Richard Todd keeping himself, drives into the left to the 5, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown for Richard Todd. So Richard Todd, the senior from Mobile, having quite an afternoon as he has thrown a 17-yard pass. He has won one for 33 and now one for 14. And Alabama leads Auburn 20-0 with 4:53 left to go in the third period. The halftime score was 7-0. Richard Todd unofficially 85 yards running on 8 carries, better than 10 yards per try. So Danny Ridgway will attempt the extra point. Alabama having a 56-yard drive. Here's the snap. The ball is placed down. The kick is in the air. It is good. Timeout on the field with the score, Alabama 21, Auburn nothing.
Alabama covered 56 yards in 7 plays that time. Richard Todd with another great run on a quarterback keeper, an option play. He took it in some 14 yards out. Ridgway's extra point good. Alabama leads 21-0 with 4:53 to go in the first half, in the third period. Alabama 21-0 over Auburn.
Neal and Beck are deep. Berry's kick is high and floats down to Neal at the 6. He's going to bring it back to the 15. Looking for an alley at the 20, 25, cutting it outside the 30, the 40. He's got a convoy at the 50. He's hit from behind and pulled down at the 39-yard line in Alabama territory. And for the second successive time, Auburn has looked like they were going to run the kickoff all the way. Donnie Faust pulled him down, a 55-yard run by Rick Neal. A great return, and Auburn in super position at the Alabama 39-yard line.
Same side every time and almost break it every time.
They've had a hole and they've had blockers coming through. Here is Gargis keeping himself. Goes to the 35. He's hit. Pulled down at about the 34-yard line. Leroy Cook stopped him, and Woodrow Lowe was there to clear it up with several other Alabama defenders. But a good run by Gargis of about 5 yards. Second down and 5 for the Tigers at that point. Auburn has the wind with them, but they'll only have it for 4 more minutes. Here's Gargis keeping, rolling left. He pitches, the ball is bobbled by McIntyre, bounces free. Diving for the football is Alabama, I believe, and claiming it. Alan Pezzatola recovers. Alan Pezzatola, and I think the original hit was made by Colenso Hubbard and Greg Montgomery.
They really belted him too, John. They arrived concomitant with the ball.
One of the Alabama boys is shaken up on the far side of the field as Alabama will take over on the recovered fumble at the 37-yard line. Leroy Cook from Abbeville, super year he truly has had. Here's Calvin Culliver being hit behind the line of scrimmage as Auburn penetrated and did a good job at it. It was Stanaland and also Carlos Hart. And as they say, you can't play the wishbone and have penetration, and that proves it. Second down and 11 to go. Here's Todd coming out, gives to Culliver. Culliver breaks over the 40 to the 41-yard line on the penalty play. A yellow flag. Not around the old oak tree.
Nope, lying on the 40, about the 37 or 38-yard line, and the Auburn players are helping it. Holding is going to be called against Alabama. So that'll be stepped off from the point of infraction, which is right around the 39. And the referee will step it off from there. Pete Williams will mark it back. This will be the third major distance penalty stepped off against Alabama.
So Auburn loosens the defense up a little bit. Todd looks at him, comes in, gives to Culliver. Culliver trying to break to the outside. Breaks the tackle at the 40, the 45-yard line. Calvin Culliver just tried to turn on the afterburners, and who can blame him? He's got that kind of speed. He almost got to 23 yards back. And he picked up 21 of it. It'll be third down and 2. When you have a back like Johnny Davis, who could be kind of considered the hammer, and you could consider Culliver as the knife. They keep banging on you, and then they cut you. Third down and 2. Alabama at their own 45. Todd keeping pitches to Kevin. Kevin hit behind the line of scrimmage. Gets it back to the line of scrimmage and did a good job of it because the pitch out almost went astray, and it will be fourth down coming. The clock moves with 2:25 left.
Auburn was ready that time, John, going to the short side of the field with the option, and that's what Alabama had been doing on third down situations all the second half. So it'll bring on Alabama's fourth punt of the game.
And Richard Todd will do the kicking. Line of scrimmage to 45. Here's the snap. Big rush, and Todd's going to run it. He comes around. He gets his first down to about the 49-yard line. Richard, there wasn't much question about that. He didn't even go through the motion to fake it. He just circled left end. Lee Beeler tackled him at the 49. First and 10 for the Tide at that point. So we have less than 2 minutes in the third quarter, and Alabama will have the win behind them in the fourth. James Taylor comes in replacing Pete Cavan at the right halfback spot. brush block on the corner from someone and then took off. Todd coming this side, and he's hit down from behind. A good play by the circling end, Jim Pitt. Pulled him down. Richard probably got about 1 yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9, the ball right at midfield. Alabama has scored 2 touchdowns here in the 3rd quarter, and they lead 21-0 over the Auburn Tigers. Lance Hill entered an Auburn sideback post on the 2nd and 9 call, Alabama. Todd dropping back, looking, wants to throw, throws over the middle. It is incomplete. Calvin Culliver was the nearest man to it, and Auburn had a blitz going. And that was Glenn Ward blitzing from sideback, and he must have sniffed out that play. Did a real good job.
With the clock stopped at 1:03 to go in the 3rd period, that's the first pass of the 2nd half by Alabama. Richard Todd, he is 1 out of 4.
The 300-yard barrier this afternoon. 3rd down and 9 on a draw play to Duffy Bowles. Bowles takes it into Auburn territory at the 48, maybe the 47-yard line. And the clock has less than a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. I think Alabama was hoping to contain it and not have to punt against that wind. But Todd stays in. Last time he ran it. What will he do this time? Some of the Auburn boys are pointing. Line of scrimmage to 47. Here's the snap. Todd's going to run it again. He's circling the 50. He's bounced out of bounds, I believe, short of the 1st down at the 45-yard line. So Auburn will take over. And it was Ward who bounced him out of bounds.
Well, he went to the well one time too often that time because Auburn was sort of expecting it, I think, or at least they said, I'm sure, don't let him do it one more time. So the Alabama defense trots on the field. It'll be 1st and 10 for Auburn at their own 45-yard line, and they trail 21-0 with 27 seconds to go in the 3rd period. Alabama will get the win in 27 seconds.
And Clyde Baumgartner is going to be the quarterback and probably passer for the Tigers. He moves, he spins in, gives to his fullback who picks up about 3 yards from the 45 up to the 48-yard line. Greg Montgomery and Woodrow Lowe combined to hit Kenny Burks down.
You know, Baumgartner in the game, John, will probably hand it off a couple of times, but he is here primarily to pass, and I don't think anybody doubts that on either side.
But he may have to pass against the wind because the seconds are ticking off on the scoreboard clock, and that will have been the last play of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Alabama 21, Auburn nothing.
The breakdown in the statistics, Alabama has 292 yards on the ground, only 17 in the air, but that 17 was for a touchdown. Auburn has picked up 81 on the ground and 16 in the air for their total of 97 yards unofficially so far in the ball game with 15 minutes of playing time left.
From the 48-yard line, Clyde Baumgartner with a very long count. Drops back, looks, he does want to throw. Being brisk, he throws. It is completed at the 46 to Henley. Henley over the 50 into Tide territory. The ball fumbled at the 45, 44-yard line. I believe it may already have been called dead at the 44 where Greg Montgomery made the stop. And Baumgartner really sort of threw that one up for grabs a little bit because the interior of the Alabama center put a big rush on him, and Henley made a very fine grab of that one to make a completion of it and turn it into a 1st down. Auburn with a 1st down inside the 45-yard line in the Tide territory. Here's Gilligan and Vaccarella going wide to the left from the 44.5-yard line. McIntyre in motion to the right. Baumgartner on a delay, gives to Burks. Burks is hit immediately by Big Bob Baumhauer, who wrapped him up at the 45-yard line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Tried to use a modified draw on that one. Henley comes in replacing McIntyre at the tailback post, and he brings the play to Clyde Baumgartner. Opening moments of the 4th quarter. Baumgartner rolling to the right, gives to Burks. Burks is hit. Dropped down at about the 30. He may have gotten to the 38-yard line. That's about all. Leading the way was Charlie Hanna making the stop. And the last man up is Bob Baumhauer, who is bidding fair for All-Star recognition next year. Got all SEC this year, and by the way, congratulations on an A+ average. How about that? 3rd down and 9 from the 38. Baumgartner dropping back, looking, pumping, throwing. It is completed, I believe, at the 33-yard line. A great grab by Auburn Gilligan. 1st down. A fine throw and a particularly good catch by Jeff Gilligan.
Alabama blitzed Prudhomme that time, coming over the left side, but the Auburn backs staying in to block for Baumgartner picked him up and he couldn't get to the passer. Big first down for Auburn as they move deeper into Alabama territory at the 33.
Henley and Burks are the two setbacks behind Clyde Baumgartner. He looks with a rather long count. I believe it's too much. It's too long. 5-yard delay of game penalty, and that stops the clock with 13:11 left to play. Alabama 21, Auburn nothing. Pass defense set mainly as far as the linebackers are concerned. First down and 15. Long count from Baumgartner. Alabama may blitz. Here is the fake and a quick pitch out to Gilligan. Gilligan to 40. He's to the 30 and finally rolled down and out of bounds inside the 30-yard line at about the 28, maybe the 27.
Gilligan that time on a split-end screen, sort of. Head out wide, he's deep, and they throw it. He backs up from the line of scrimmage, and they throw it to him with one-man screen in front of him. Baumgartner John is 3 out of 3 since he's gone to the air tonight.
Throwing the ball well, and he's had some good receptions and gutty running. Here's the fake. Now Baumgartner's going to keep himself, and big Bob Baumhauer pulls him down at the 25-yard line, well short of first down yardage, and it will be third down, and looks like third and about 2. So McIntyre and Rob Spivey come in, primarily on the passing arm of Clyde Baumgartner. He comes out, he's under the center. Third down now, short yardage. Clyde looks at the Alabama front, long count, comes out. He's keeping himself, he's hit, falls forward, it's going to be close to the first down. I believe he may have gotten it.
I believe he might have gotten it too, John. The referee, Pete Williams, might call for a measurement, but it'll be doubtful.
Rain threat is becoming more and more possibility in the leaden-colored skies to our right, and the wind really picking up. Here's Baumgartner dropping back. He's got some time. Looks, throws over the middle. It is incomplete at the 20-yard line. Good defensive play by the Alabama back, who came up and belted receiver Mike Henley pretty hard, and they dropped the ball. I believe that was Prudhomme that did that. Second and 10 at the 23-yard line. Auburn has driven from their own 45. They are at the Tide 23. Baumgartner drops back. Alabama trying to rush him, and they do. Pull him down, back at about the 28-yard line. Bob Baumhauer lured through along with his fellow tackle Charlie Hanna and pull him down. The Tide secondary had to be doing a good job, too, but mainly nothing like pressure, and Alabama got it from the middle end, Jerry Duncan.
They certainly did. Alabama defensive secondary is doing a great job right now. Auburn's hurting them on the screen over on the right-hand side. Other than that, secondary is playing real well.
But they picked him up, but that left it open for Bob Baumhauer to get through to Clyde Baumgartner.
Third and 15 at the 28-yard line. Baumgartner, the new Auburn quarterback, dropping back, looking. Pumps once, fakes, he throws the screen to Burke, and it's incomplete. The ball was dropped by Burke, and he, of course, is unhappy with himself. He grabbed his helmet as if to say, how could I have dropped it, because that was the screen they were talking about. Now here comes the long-distance gentleman from Dublin, Ireland. He's come a long distance, and he can kick it a long distance. Neil O'Donoghue has 12 out of 20 field goal attempts. The 34-yard line against the wind, but he's 6'5", he's got terrific pose. Let's see. Long count, here's the snap, the ball is placed down, the kick is in the air. It is short. It's a little bit short, wasn't it? It was, you could really see that ball hanging it.
The wind just stopped it. He headed to the right direction and going right for the center of the crossbars, but it dropped on the back line of the end zone and was short, so Alabama will take over.
And is immediately pulled down by linebacker Ricky Sanders. Joe Dale slanted in, went down a few steps and slanted in.
And Todd really rifled that ball, John. He threw it between two Auburn defenders. And a face mask penalty is going to be called against Auburn for pulling on Richard Todd, the quarterback.
Tiger, 45-yard line. And they have Harris wide to the left. Here's Richard Todd bobbing the ball momentarily, looking, throwing, Completed. No, incomplete. Jerry Brown dropped the ball. Had it and dropped it to the 20-yard line. He had the Auburn side back beat on the left side over there. Couldn't hang on to it. So Ozzie Newsom comes in. Maybe Ozzie's coming in and said, let me have a crack at one of those. Newsom and also George Pugh coming in at tight end. Comes out. 2nd down and 10 at the Auburn 45-yard line. Richard Todd rolls out, gets to Shelby. Shelby wedges his way over the 40 down, close to the 38-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3 at the 30, midway between the 38 and the 39. One of the Auburn boys taking himself out of the game now. 3rd and a long 3 for Alabama, inside the 39-yard line. Here's Todd looking, dropping back, looks, throws, completed to Newsom. Newsom at the 30. Cannot quite break a tackle and goes down at the 29-yard line. More than enough for the first down. And Richard Todd, Doug, who threw a couple of lob passes, has really hummed the last couple he's thrown. He's had a pretty good afternoon. He's thrown for 1 and scored 2. That's a pretty good activity. Richard giving this time to Mike Stock. Stock into about the 26-yard line before he is pulled down. LaRock had a hand on him, and so did John Smith. 3-yard pickup for Mike Stock. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Crowd of about 63,000 on hand. Shared Southeastern Conference title. Todd looks to the right. He rolls up. Now gives to the left to Calvin Culliver. Culliver over the 25 into about the 24-yard line. He was hit again. John Smith had the big hand on it with help from Jim Pitt. 24-yard line. They've come from their own 20. Todd dropping, looking, throwing. Completed to Newsom at the 15. Newsom to the 10. 5. Touchdown for Ozzie Newsom. A 24-yard pass play as Newsom broke the tackle of the Auburn side back on the left side, and Alabama goes out front 27-0. So the Alabama partisans on hand, you can hear their approval of the activity. Danny Ridgway will attempt the extra point. Ridgway has kicked 3 out of 3 this afternoon. He'll go for number 4. Here's the snap. The ball is placed down. The kick is in the air. It is good. Timeout on the field with a score. Alabama 28, Auburn nothing. They've had some terrific runs by the Auburn boys. Here, it's kicked short, though, and Neal is going to pick it up at the 5-yard line. As he tries to get it out, James Taylor hits him at the 13-yard line and pulls him down. So Auburn will put the ball in play from that point.
Well, one thing, John, the defense is probably going to tell the specialty unit thanks, because in the second half, Auburn had been getting tremendous runbacks on Alabama kickoff.
Auburn with and Clyde Baumgartner, who had a hot hand passing, will still be in there. He comes in, hands to McIntyre. McIntyre's hit, falls forward to the 15-yard line. The defensive right end, Paul Harris, came in to hit him down. They gave him forward progress to the 16. A 3-yard pickup for Cedric McIntyre. Auburn trailing the Tide, 28-0. Alabama loosens it up considerably as Zaccarella split to the right. Here's the give to Burks. Burks is hit right at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. And a face mask violation has been called on Woodrow Lowe. As Woodrow came in, the official, referee Pete Williams, he's the boss man, and he just took a look at Woodrow and said, I saw you.
The flag was thrown around the 15, and the ball will be stepped off 15 yards. And that'll put it around the 31 or 2-yard line of Auburn, and it'll give them a first down.
1st and 10 for Auburn at their own 31-yard line. Baumgartner dropping back, looking, throwing over the center. Completed to Burks. Burks is 35. He's hit and dropped down. His forward progress, I believe, went out to about the 36-yard line before he was hit down.
Baumgartner having a fine night throwing. He is 4 out of 6 thus far. Goggers was 2 out of 6, had 1 intercepted.
Jerry, you're going on the cheering department.
They got 5 minutes more, John. I believe they'll make it.
Baumgartner rolling left. He wants to throw long. He throws incomplete to Gilligan. Tyrone King really thought he had a shot at making an interception. But Baumgartner threw that one pretty well.
Tyrone King stepping in front of Gilligan. He got his hands on it and knocked it high in the air. He thought he could catch it. Had he caught it, he'd had a clear 40 yards in front of him. And had he not touched it, Gilligan would have had a clear 60 in front of him.
A while ago. So it's third down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Baumgartner gives to Burke. Burke gets out to the 40-yard line, and he is hit and drilled. Greg Montgomery led the tacklers. Ray Bolden is there, and Dick Turpin. No fake to this. They're coming out and going for it. Who can blame them? Trailing by 28. They'd like to dent that scoreboard. And Clyde Baumgartner takes it forward. Not Leroy, but Woodrow Lowe hits him.
Going to be awfully close, John. It's going to be awfully close. They may have to measure that one.
The official on the far side says they don't need to measure.
Actually, it's the first down. Alabama on the other side of the coin has 19.
Gilligan and Spivey split to the left. Baumgartner rolls out, looks, he's being pressured and hit, dropped. Good tackle. That was Turpin that made the stop. And I think Baumhauer and Harris.
You know, John, Paul Harris has really been doing an exceptional job in the ball game, replacing the knee-injured Leroy Cook, which he's been playing at that right end position since Cook left.
There's he down there, and Bob Baumhauer leaned over and picked it up and tucked it in his breeches. Here is Baumgartner dropping back, throwing. It is incomplete, thrown over everybody, intended for Reese McCall. Woodrow Lowe was there. So I guess maybe Baumhauer has a little souvenir.
That's right. He's got him a shred of an Auburn jersey. They have been good on 4 out of 12 third down opportunities.
So Gilligan is to the left. Dropping back as Baumgartner's got some time. He throws to the screen man. The screen man is tackled by Woodrow Lowe. And it goes incomplete. So Woodrow did a good job then of smelling it out, and he hit the receiver about the same time that he got it. So let's see whether on fourth down from their own 38-yard line, or he's been known to throw off that himself. Alabama, aware of that, plays it kind of loose. He is going to kick it. And he gets a good kick, and look at the ball hang as Ray Bolden waits for it. Takes it in at the 30-yard line. Covered by blue jerseys. And Alabama will have the ball at the 30 with 3:23 left to go. Timeout on the field with the score, Alabama 28, Auburn nothing. All right, this is Robert's first outing at the throttle. He spins out. He gives to Pete Cavan. Cavan gets about 3 up to the 33-yard line before he is pulled down. Alabama has John Crow, Rick Watson, and Pete Cavan for Richard Todd. Second down 7. Fraley spins, keeps himself, starts inside of the 35 to the 40 to the 50-yard line. Still moving as he cuts at the 40 to the 30-yard line. Great running by Robert Fraley. Finally pulled down at the 22-yard line in Auburn territory. A super run. He was finally pulled down by Glenn Ward.
Great blocking that time by the Crimson Tidesman to spring Fraley on the quarterback option to the short side of the field. And he would have did some great rambling, taking it all the way to the Auburn 23-yard line with 2:35 to go.
Jerry Duncan, you were entirely correct. That was going from south to north if I ever saw it. Clock is moving with 2:25 left. Alabama first and 10 at the Auburn 23-yard line. Fraley giving to Rick Watson. Watson over the 20, close to the 19-yard line before he is pulled down. As the umpire, that was Auburn's Rod Bellamy, who had a hand on it. As the Tide gets underway next week, I know you'll want to be tuning in on many of these same stations. Here's Robert Fraley running to keep himself to the 15, to the 10. And he is hit at the 10-yard line and pulled down by Ricky Sanders. Robert Fraley, and as we told you earlier, first has an A-plus average in criminal behavior, I believe, is his course of study. He wants to go to law school. And on this drive, he has taken Alabama from their 30. They gave it to Cavan. Cavan's thrown for a yard loss back to the 11-yard line. The clock is moving with 1:20 left. Flanagan wide to the right on a second down call. Comes out, keeps himself. He's hit, breaks one tackle, goes to the 5, to the 3, to the 2-yard line. Goes Robert Fraley. And the Winchester rifle digging real hard, wanting to maybe notch one last touchdown in the regular season career of his. before hanging it up. They say Robert's knee hit the ground at the 2-yard line. Alabama huddles back at about the 12-yard line. Some of the Alabama partisans, perhaps a little bloodthirsty in the background, is Fraley giving to his halfback who does not get it. Is John Crow, and he's hit down at about the 1-yard line.
He might have got a first down. The clock's ticking with 16, and the Tide is trying to get in a huddle in a hurry.
He's short of the first down. It will be 4th down, and Alabama hurries out. They set. Fraley giving to Crow. Crow does not get it. He is held at the 1-yard line, and that is the end of this football game. And for the final time in his tremendous career, Coach Shug Jordans walks across the field, and some of the Alabama players are coming over to shake his hand. A lot of the victorious Tidesmen carrying Coach Bryant on their shoulders. And always the thing that we enjoy seeing, the crimson and white Tidesmen and the blue and orange Auburn boys shaking hands. Most of them have known each other either in high school for a long time. Sure, it's been a disappointing year for the Tigers, a disappointing year for Coach Jordan. And he's leaving the field here coaching an Auburn team for the last time. And we certainly wish him well and a lot of happiness in his retirement. So that winds things up for the 40th renewal of Auburn and Alabama, with the Crimson Tide winning. The final score, Alabama 28, Auburn nothing. We'll have some final comments in just one moment.